We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about bullishness today, about the crypto market, about Bitcoin sitting just under 66,000 US dollars again. And I think that you and me and many others, we are just not bullish enough, and I will prove why in this live stream. And we also need to talk a little bit about Ecomi and Veve. There are a couple of things that are unfolding, that are happening at the moment, and I think they need to be discussed as well. So make sure to stay tuned all the way if you can. Whew, okay, let's go. Bitcoin is up again, green, very green, and good morning to all of you. I see Justin rolled positions into IMX, Illuvium, AMP, and GFEL. Congrats. I hope it works out perfectly for you. G-Money is here bringing us some coffee. Nico is here. What is going on? Everything fine. Trucking Hank is here. Welcome to the stream, my man. And Chago Soul is also good morning to you. Good morning to each and everyone wherever you're tuning in from around the world. And make sure right now to smash up the like button, even if you're here every day and you feel that you have to smash up the like button every day. That helps the channel. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it a lot. And yeah, also thank my rare hodlers here, G-Money and Trucking Hank, and whoever else is lurking in the shadows, for always supporting the stream. And let's jump right into the bullishness. I can't wait to discuss this today because it is really bullish, right? So, so Bitcoin just prints one daily green candle after another. And that looks really good, right? I mean, you're not going to lie, watching the portfolio after this drawdown, now coming back 23% just on the Bitcoin side, does have an effect. I mean, you know that I have 50% of my portfolio in Bitcoin. You can imagine what that means for my portfolio, that we are up in a couple of days or in a week, 23%. That's pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. So that is obviously the good side of it. Now let's look a little bit more into other time frames. So far, I mean, we have not taken out any new highs, but we have we are in the second consecutive week here, and we are not oversold on the weekly. The stochastic RSI momentum on the weekly is turning upwards, so it could be that our dump ended here. It is in fact very likely, right? I mean, how deep was this dump now? I don't know why this has so many problems here. 27.43% is the depth of this dump. So this is normal. This is the first one. We will have a couple of other ones before we reach our Bitcoin top. And I think this is, I mean, look at this 300% pump out of Bitcoin. I think this was really necessary that we cooled off here a little bit, that we have this corrective move, and the longer this corrective move goes on, the harder the next leg up will be, and probably taking us to at least 100,000 this next leg up. Let's also look at the monthly time frame, because there's something interesting. So let's just say we hover, we pump a little bit more, we retrace a little bit more, and we just stay around 65 to 66k in the next 14 days, right? So this candle, this monthly candle closes, we would form a bull in a bull market, right? A hammer in a bull market. That would be quite a bullish sign. I mean, disregarding this one here in the bear market, but let's see where there's another real true hammer here, in the something like it here. But overall, this is usually a bullish sign if that happens. A lot of drawdown and then massive buying pressure that pumps the candle body up into the green after it has been in the red. So that is good. But I would say the reason why we're not bullish enough are not in the TA. They are in the fundamentals. And so first of all, let's talk about global liquidity and rates. So we see here Powell indicates that the Fed won't wait until inflation is down to 2% before cutting rates, which is relatively obvious, because if you just cut 25 basis points down, then you would still put pressure to the downside on inflation, but inflation is supposed to be on 2%. So basically, if they drop below 3% now, CPI, then they can lower the rates just as much as they need to bring it down and to have this is why they call it a soft landing, right? They try like a pilot to approach this 2%, and then lower the rates even more to stick with it, right? So why does it have to be 2%? Because all goods in our debt-based economy have to increase in value over time, like in perceived value, a perceived value via price. So the price needs to go up, because if the price would be actually deflating as our growth would do it, then no one would buy anymore in the economy. Then everyone would just save up money, because tomorrow the goods are cheaper than today. So that is why it needs to be at somewhere at between 1% and 2%. Otherwise people would be like, my money is worth more tomorrow than it is today, so let me just keep it forever, right? And that is what we have Bitcoin for. So there will be always, not always, but there will be probably for a long time, maybe our entire lifetime, a fiat system that has this at least 2% inflation, and probably at times a lot more, currency debasement, and devaluation of our production power, so to say, production output when we are going to work, and and by money printing, right? And then on the other side we have Bitcoin to hedge that. And I think so. This is the first part, global liquidity, right? I talk about global liquidity a lot, and I think it's for a reason, because it's the single most accurate factor. Let me get my face out of the way for a second. So you see here Bitcoin's price and global liquidity, right? And you see every time global liquidity goes up in the monetary liquidity here in a year-over-year change. So every time it goes up, you see this here from the bottom, we also have a massive run on Bitcoin, right? So here we see uptrend, and then here we bottom and we go up. So here is we basically bottomed, and we start our massive bull run, right? And here also we bottomed here for Bitcoin with global liquidity, and now it came a little bit up, but we are near in terms of year-over-year change of this bottom before, right? So there's still much to come in terms of global liquidity, at least to levels like somewhere here, and you see where we are in the cycle. So we are near all-time high, and we still have all of that in front of us. So this in terms of the global liquidity. And also China is starting a bullish liquidity cycle. So we already have the People's Republic or People's Bank of China already starting liquidity injections. It's only starting, right? I mean, if you see the cycle here, what usually happens is there's way more to come. They already started it, maybe a little bit premature even, but you see here really that there's more to come. I mean, it doesn't always have to go as high as this thing, this momentum wave indicates, but it's also not going to stick right here, right? So it's going to go up way more. So China's going to inject liquidity. The US are going to inject liquidity. EU already lowered the rates and is going to inject liquidity, and so on. So there are a lot of them that are going to do that. Now, here is one factor that I want to bring in, and is lining. I will bring all of this together in a second. So Kraken creditors or people that have lost money on Mt. Gox have received an email on Kraken that so it basically says here, we have successfully received creditor funds, BTC and Bitcoin Cash, from Mt. Gox trustee. While we will work to distribute funds as quickly as possible, please anticipate 7 to 14 days for funds to be credited to your account. The amount you will receive has been determined by the trustee and we will distribute according to instructions. So according to on-chain analysis, this is about 95,000 Bitcoin. So almost double of what Germany had. What's going to be distributed across 7 to 14 days from yesterday. And that is something that puts a little bit of FUD out, because people are like, oh, 95,000 Bitcoin is going to hit the market. This is like 2 Germanys selling, right? So the short-term FUD is still there. And people, and this is here what I mean, people are neglecting this. So you have the Mt. Gox repayments, and Germany selling was basically the FUD driver, right? And we would have way more if that assassination attempt on Trump was successful. Then our crypto world would have changed much differently, even, right? But we have, so on short term we have Mt. Gox repayments and Germany selling. On the long term, though, look at the list of the bullish factors for the long term. So you have Sony launching crypto exchange in Japan. So all Japan getting ready to get into Bitcoin, or even more into Bitcoin. You have Michael Dell tweeting about Bitcoin, being bullish on Bitcoin. You have public companies buying Bitcoin like MetaPlanet. Bitcoin ETFs are the most successful ETFs of all times, and we will see in a second that during the last days they bought like crazy. Trump embraces crypto, and he survived, and he nominated his vice president. He JD, I don't know what, I forgot the name, but this guy is like a Bitcoin maxi. He's absolute Bitcoin bull, right? And this is the perfect combination, right? A state pension bought Bitcoin. JP Morgan, BNP Paribas, BNY Mellon bought Bitcoin. Morgan Stanley about to allow its 15,000 bankers to recommend Bitcoin ETFs to their clients. BlackRock is buying Bitcoin for 3 of its funds. FASB accounting rules, and so on. The list could go on. There was. So what's not on the list, for example, is Goldman Sachs launching 3 projects for tokenization, right? JD Vance, yeah, that's the name, exactly. So of the vice president. I mean, if you're not counting Biden's vice president is Trump, right? And he's going to meet with the president of Ukraine, Putin. Anyways, so Goldman Sachs tokenizing. Larry Fink is now the propaganda minister of Bitcoin, as we saw yesterday in the stream. There are many more things. You could probably make this list 3 times more, but what's really important is, like, you have a presidential election where the pro-Bitcoin candidate is leading with 70%. This is very interesting, and then you have the rates come down. there is a almost 90% or even beyond 90% chance of the Fed lowering rates in September. So also that will come, and I think here is in all of that with the cycle and so on, there is something that some people disregard, and that is people are preparing for a left translated cycle. So they are like, or they believe we are in a left translated cycle. So if we're looking at the Bitcoin here, and they believe that we have pumped too early and that's it, right? But I don't think that's true anymore. It looked like it would be, but it didn't. And the whole thing with this time is different. It really doesn't play out, right? For most people, usually it doesn't play out. So I had where's the so yeah, exactly. So this from a cycle timing, there's no reason why it would be left translated anymore after this prolonged correction. Like usually, if you pump too early, you correct a little bit longer. In terms of rate hikes, it takes a little bit longer to have them come in. In terms of global liquidity comeback, it takes a little bit longer. So I really don't see why we should deviate from our prediction for a normal cycle, which would put the Bitcoin top at the 2nd of September in 2025, middle of 2025, Bitcoin top. Does it have to be exactly that date? Probably not, but we are just leaving that prediction there, and we leave that prediction as what is that here, 135k, a very conservative one. It's probably going to be higher, but we will see. The big resistance will be 100k. After that, the cards will be reshuffled. So one thing to consider here, and for these price predictions though, is this is basically the global wealth as of 2022. So this is older. It's bigger now, way bigger. But that was according to UBS analysis, that was 455 trillion in 2022. So it's probably, with all the printing and liquidity injections and whatnot, it's probably higher now, because there was 2023, okay, we have tightening years, and then we are now coming to the second half of 2024. So 1.5 years are not in here of expansion around the world. So let's say it's even 500 trillion. But if Bitcoin can capture only 1% of that, Bitcoin would be at 200k. If Bitcoin captures 1% of that, of what we had in 2022, we have not factored in that this 1% will grow, so that this whole stack of money will grow, and then 1% would be more than 200k. So, but if you say, okay, over time, people will see that debasement, and especially companies and worthy individuals will put their money in, and it somehow captures 5%, that would be at 2022 Bitcoin at $1 million per coin. So considering that this pyramid is going to grow at a probably even exponential rate, so very likely you will double here. So you would say that if you look at this, Bitcoin 200k would be a bearish statement, and Bitcoin 1 million would be an average outcome, right? So because then if this pyramid doubles, for example, which it will over time, you only need 2.5% capturing, right, to reach a million. Will it happen this cycle? I don't know, but I would say we're not bullish enough looking at our prices, because even from the perspective of that it could reach 200k on a 1% capturing of global wealth, we are somewhere looking at 4x, right? So all in all, or 3.5x, all in all, the question is, where are we in the cycle? And I mean, you can tell every story about left translated cycles as you want, but the truth is that we are most aligned at the moment with the 2016 cycle, which is the teal line. And if you look at all of the cycles, how they played out, they were all a little bit differently, but we are exactly on track with 2016 cycle. The black line is where we are right now, and the black line will travel all of what we see here, which is, by the way, peak of this 17th cycle is exactly 500 days from the halving. This is price after halving, and that would be exactly the 2nd of September, right? So if we would somehow move between our previous cycle to 2020 cycle and the 2016 cycle, if we would move somewhere here, it would go absolutely nuts, right? It would go absolutely nuts, and we will. And the time, I think you also see, it hasn't really, after halving, it hasn't really moved much. So obviously the time to buy is here and here and here, right? This is the time to really buy. But this is also the time to capitalize still on where we are in the cycle. So I think also considering that we are not bullish enough, because many people, they look at this short-term price action, because look at, if we see each other in a week or so, right, we will be only a blip to the right, because 500 days, that's a long time to travel. It's more than a year. So it will be a blip to the side, and then and no one perceives how we are really moving in these patterns, right? So not bullish enough in my opinion. Let's see the chat. Let's see you guys. Let's see what's going on. So Green Lantern is here. Hey, my rare hodler, what's going on? GM Boys, Coffee and Rockets. Absolutely, that's what it is. Sven is here. Good. You have brought the name of that vice president. That's good. But also good morning to you, Sven. Bob is here. Just found your channel. I've been here for not even 5 minutes. Great data analysis. Wow, nice. So then welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and to smash a like. And by the way, we have a couple of people here, like 15 people. Smash up the like button, please, for this channel, to give a little bit of boost to the live streams and to the channel, while retail doesn't care. So you are this is how OGs are forged, right? You are here while retail while retail is fumbling it, right? Retail is fumbling the opportunity at the moment, because they just don't care. It's also like, even the people that I talked about in the last bull run about crypto and during the last bear market, because they were scared, they are not here anymore, right? Yo, what? Nvidia invested $200 million in the graph. That sounds good, because we have been pushing the graph here. So let me check this out quickly. Actually, let's check it out here on the live coin watch first. This is this would be really crazy. Okay, GRT, because we have been talking about, I don't know, where's the GRT? Here. 14% in the last 7 days and down 0.3% on the hour. So I don't really see what you said, but obviously there could be news about this. And if it is coming out right now to the second, which is probably not, then that's fine. But I don't know. I see you shilling this, but let's see if it's true. Nvidia, the graph. Nvidia, the graph. Let's see. Is there any news? Three AI crypto coins. That was not supposed to be. I cannot see this news, to be honest. So it would be bullish, but I cannot see it here. So we will have to wait and see if that's really true. We will have to wait and see. It got me excited, to be honest. It got me excited. Thoughts on Pokemon NFT speculation? I'm not sure which speculation. Trucking Hank, what's speculation? Can you let us know? Then we will look at it. But guys, yeah, he's lying. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so thanks for the rockets. Yeah, that would be. There's no pump out of the graph, unfortunately. If Nvidia though would invest $200 million in the graph, it would really pump like crazy, because that would be insane. And I mean, the graph is really a good project, so not to disregard. It doesn't need the shilling. It doesn't need the shilling. It just needs this. Its time in the cycle. The graph is really a good one. I really like it. So here, Bitcoin flow. So we are still on the check link. Okay, I can't, because I maybe later I can open it on here on the I can't, because the camera, like my phone is the camera. But I will look at it in a second. So quickly here on the why we're not bullish enough. Let's just quickly continue a little bit more here, and then we are looking at this, the Pokemon speculation. So BlackRock buys 4,060 Bitcoin in a day, right? And considering that we are only producing about like 10% of this, we need now 10% mining production to give this to Bitcoin, or it needs to come from somewhere out of the market. You also see how this puts the selling of Germany and everything else into perspective, because 4,000 Bitcoin absorbed needs to come from somewhere. It will come from Mt. Gox creditors. Maybe it will come from Genesis Bitcoin selling, but at some point they will be out. Like Genesis only has 2 billion, right? So with 2 billion you can service this for like a week. And the Mt. Gox creditors, not everyone will sell their Bitcoin at this point, because they also know how this cycle works, right? They also know that we are here. Many of them, especially the ones that are longer in the market, they know that we are here in this cycle. So they will not all sell. So, and the thing is, BlackRock is not the only one. It's not the only ETF. BlackRock the ETFs together, they bought 6,600 Bitcoin. So that is more. This would be more than 10% of what Germany sold over the course of a month into the market, right? They just absorbed this. So there's a huge wave of capital still coming. Fidelity 940, ARK 460, VanEck 340. So one of the, like ARK bought what has been produced on the day, and the rest came from something else, right? So this is crazy. This is $500 million. So 4 days of these, and Genesis is out of Bitcoins, right? Again, as well. And another 20 days, and all the Mt. Gox creditors would be out of Bitcoin, right? So you really see this is the most successful ETF launch is not stopping. This mega wave is rolling into the market. Just one thing here, at 72,000, the shorts are so high, so piled up, that at 72,000, if we would just pump there, because the money inflows on ETFs are crazy, and Bitcoin creditors still don't have their money, we would liquidate 19 billion of shorts. That would be insane. So price liquidation would be really high there, and the price is magnetized towards this point. And then quickly, I have another Larry Fink for you. Let's listen to this together, because this is also more about Ethereum and the altcoin space now. Yeah, so let's listen to him quickly. What about tokenization?
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, oh, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. We will, and if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
So you see that, so, and this BlackRock is building this on the tokenization on Ethereum. So this is why this is like a mega post here about Ethereum. But the bottom line is that there will be a whole tokenization of securities, according to Larry Fink, and obviously BlackRock wants to have a part in it. And obviously on the other side, they are also going to launch Ethereum ETFs. And if this tokenization happens on Ethereum, which is very likely that it will, then I mean it would be crazy if it was on Solana, right? Then also would be really bullish for L1s where something like that is built on. But it's just the beginning. People are always like, oh, we are.
I actually believe.
Sorry, we are. People think we are out of narrative after the ETFs come in and the asset managers hold some Bitcoin and yeah, the digital gold is adopted now. It's like that we would be out of narratives for the bull run, and they think also that altcoin season will not come back. I mean, how can you think that if there are just ETFs being launched in the next week? This is 6 days from now. ETFs will launch, and on Ethereum, and that will probably positively influence the price, very positively. At Aeronaut XL, that would be probably where this speculation is. So let's go to that Aeronaut XL. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Breaking news. Okay, so let's see here. Now we moved rapid shift here. Let's put this here. We are moving now into the category of the disregarded and neglected NFTs, right? Okay, so breaking news: the Pokemon Company will release official Pokemon NFTs. In patent application, so they detail how digital cards can be traded in the blockchain as non-fungible NFTs. Or non-fungible token and NFTs. Details you do not want to miss can be found below. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how it is. In digital TGCs, players build decks by combining own digital cards to play. To build a deck, multiple types of digital cards are required. When trying to build a deck that is advantageous over other decks, there are digital cards that cannot be included in the deck. Okay, crazy. So, first of all, I'm super bullish on wherever this will launch on, wherever this will be on. I'm extremely bullish on Pokemon bringing digital cards, and whatever project will have this in the end, if it is made in terms of that you can pull, that you can sell on secondary market, and that you can trade, so one for another somehow, or transfer, it would be perfect. It would basically digitize this whole market that is out there and let this whole market to become a legacy market. Digital cards can be acquired by lottery, but if a player does not get the digital cards needed to build a deck, they may feel as if they lost the lottery. Patent document 1 also envisages that highly rare items, characters that they like, will be the subject of auctions. Okay, so here you can auction off. Okay, an objective of the present disclosure is to increase the interest of collecting digital assets. This is very good because technically the next NFT run could be spiked by Pokemon moving into it, right? Okay, so this looks good. At this time, each of the digital cards is traded in the blockchain as a non-fungible token. The card management ID in the above embodied corresponds to, for example, a unique identifier, NFT ID, for identifying the NFT. Transactions for NFTs are executed, for example, by smart contracts implemented on the blockchain. The transaction history for NFTs is stored on the blockchain as transaction. This allows the history of NFT owners to be stored on the blockchain. Okay, so that's fine. Interesting. So the transaction. So this is interesting. Let's see this again. Smart contract. So the transaction history for NFTs is stored on the blockchain as transactions. This allows the history of NFT owners to be stored on the blockchain. So this is, if you remember, a couple of months back for Veve, that was exactly the criticism, that the only thing that was stored on a layer 1 on Ethereum was the transaction history, like a mapping of where, like who has the ownership of which NFT on Veve, right? So this is exactly what they describe here. And I'm not saying that this is Veve, but on the other hand, I'm saying that what Veve is doing is still fits in this pattern, right? I'm not saying that this is a hint to Veve. In addition, management of the use of NFTs is performed, for example, by a smart contract implementing in the blockchain. History of NFT usage is stored in blockchain as a transaction. Okay. In addition, the granting of rewards related to the usage history of NFTs is executed, for example, by a smart contract implemented in blockchain. Okay, rewards. As a result, when the history of using NFT in a match satisfies a predetermined requirement, the owner of the NFT at that time is granted a predetermined reward. Okay. The digital items can be used in a game provided by specific entities. So this will be the Pokemon TCG. And if you remember, like years ago on this channel, we made a video about the sunsetting of the old TCG and the speculation that Pokemon will bring out their next TCG generation with NFTs involved. So you see here, like the alpha is 3 years old, and here it is. Here it will come, and it will come. Why are they, like, they filed the patent now? They will bring this in the bull run. They will bring this in the middle of the bull run and absorb they will go with millions of users. The service that provides benefits depending on the ownership status of the digital items is a service separate from the game. This makes it easy to... wait a second. The digital items can be used in a game. Okay, so the service that provides benefits depending on ownership status of the digital items is a service separate from the game. Okay, so an application that will service this app or the game. This makes it easy to associate the acquisition of digital item related to the game with a service separate from the game and can motivate players to play the game. It also makes it possible to reduce the burden on service providers when linking the service with the game. NFTs are coming for the Pokemon Company. Will you be collecting Pokemon NFTs? Yes. The clear answer is yes. So what's the speculation now? Can we confirm this patent? Interesting, yeah. There's no link to this patent, right? But here's the application. So let's see. Good question. We always should. So let's see. Patent filing. Oh, that's on news. Let's see on all. Show results with. Yeah, there's no result for this patent. I don't know. Is there like what happens if I only put this in? Not now. Okay. Yeah. This is a bummer, right? Maybe we should have checked this before if it's real. So okay. I will answer. I will post to Aeronaut XL. I have searched for the patent ID and can't find the patent you are referring to. Can you please link the source? Okay, so maybe, hopefully, he will link the source. But I think even if, I mean, I don't know what that means, right? Here we see, okay, maybe what is this? Maybe we can see, okay, maybe we have to write it like this, right? So maybe we have to write it like WO24 slash, so this is the year, and then we have the the number, okay, and this A1 is not on it. Let me see if I did it right. Yeah, here it is. And then this is so it seems to be from Japan. Maybe we have to use this number also. I don't know. JP. Let's try it like this. Okay, that's not it. Japan patent office. So wherever it would be, we would have to find it here, right? Maybe we find it here. Let's see. Okay, let's give it one more try, guys. Stay with me here, but this is super interesting for the NFT industry, right? So what if I search for 090.317? Okay. That's not it. That's whatever study. That's lactose material. It says lactose raw material. So that was not it. Announcement system related. Yeah, I don't even know if it's on the but it should be here on the Japanese Patent Office. But how do we find it? I don't know. I will have to research. But I mean, I cannot imagine that someone just invents all of this, like drawing and everything, just to troll everyone, like an account with 450 followers. Yeah, it would be really interesting to have the verification. And I mean, where is this quoting and citing come from, right? So we really want to have the source. For sure. So some people are saying for sure launching on Veve official, where the head of license is Alfred Kahn and co-founders David Yu, both big names, Pokemon World. They've said it's not NFT based. In another, there was another for Pokemon TCG online. There was another article where they said it wouldn't be NFT based. So maybe they're gearing up for like implementing a service to it or whatever. HRO. Someone is tagging HRO. Says, I hope it's you guys. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, probably not. Very likely not. Yeah, here we see. Yeah, exactly. This is the patent result that I also have. Like someone put it in. Oh, this is actually a good idea to do the research with AI. So someone said the patent WO202 and so on, filed by Rocher Diabetes Care GmbH, pertains to program method information processing device. So we really hope that this guy, this Euclid, we really hope that he can bring a source. If he can't bring a source, he will be blocked. He will be I have only blocked 2 people in my entire life, but if he can't deliver a source, he will be blocked. Yeah. So that is definitely happening. So now let's quickly go to something else, guys. Captain Veve is going to do a comic giveaway once his YouTube channel reaches 1,000 subs. You know that I've been endorsing this a little bit to bring him up to 1,000 subs, because I think content creators of this like frequency, they should be paid at some point by ad revenues. And he's going to give away a CGC 9.8 graded. So he's going to do a giveaway, and I will inform you when he hit the 1,000 subs. But if you haven't yet subbed to him, then please go to YouTube. I mean, this video will continue, or this live stream will continue playing while you do it, but please open your YouTube app and search for Captain Veve and then sub to him. I mean, his icon on YouTube will look like this. But please do that. We only need 60 more people. I know that there are only 12 people in here, but later on another 300 will watch the stream. So if you watch this later on, please also go to Captain Veve and bring this number up to only 60 people needed. If you're one of them, please go and sub there and hold the sub until he has over 1,000. That would be really cool. If you could do that, shows the strength of this community, and then we can all try to get this 9.8 CGC Spider Boy comic that he got. Okay, so and then as a last point here, maybe because I have to go then afterwards, I want to discuss something for the last minutes of Veve. So Sergio, he put this together. Veve will publish 5 physical Marvel comics featuring their exclusive covers. Yeah, so these here. These are Veve exclusives, and this one here is very valuable, especially. This is a 252. But also these others, these are Veve exclusive covers. And yeah, we have to discuss it because I'm not sure if I like it, yeah, because the Veve exclusives, the original idea was that Marvel comic collectors that Marvel collectors can that they have to come to Veve to get the original cover, right? So they're going to have the title Spider-Man, Deadpool, Wolverine bundles are $50 for 2 or $20 for regular, and this represents a bridge to physical to physical collectors, so that physical collectors kind of get the idea. Okay, so this is a Veve exclusive. So what is Veve, right? I understand the move, but also it's like, why then, if you can get the physical? Why would you then buy the digital, right? So there should be really this reason. Okay, I don't have these covers, but they are on Veve, so they definitely shouldn't go and bring all of their exclusives as physical. There should never be all of the exclusives as physical. Yeah, so I think if this is a bundle like this one, I definitely want to get this. But it will be on San Diego Comic-Con, and so I have to find someone who goes there. I don't know, do I have anyone in the chat that is going to San Diego Comic-Con? If so, please let me know. Because please bring one of these to me. Or send one of these to me. That would be great. I hope that Veve will do another event in Europe again. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, that unfortunately says here. Luca Petric says, "Morning, gang. Hope everyone has a fantastic day. Fantastic day to you, Luca, as well. Unfortunately, I have to call it a little bit earlier today because I have to have some appointments in the hamster wheel. So guys, make sure to smash up the like button once more for the daily crypto morning coffee streams. You see, we have been streaming every day since I think last Friday, despite except the weekend, but we'll have to see how we deal with that. And make sure to subscribe to be able to, and with notifications on, to see when I go online on tomorrow. Usually it's 7:50 Central European time in the morning. And yeah, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you in the next one. Bye.